Here we go. All right, this is the last rule that we're going to learn is going to be the 0 and the negative rule. 0 is probably the easiest rule out of all of them to remember. To help you with the 0 rule, get your calculator and type a random number.
Can you give me a calculator, please?
Any random number and put it to the power of 0.
So it equals 0, right?
Okay.
One.
Wait, what do I do?
Just a random number to the power of 0. What do you get? It's a
999 to the power of 0.
it's equal to 1. It's equal to the number 1. Notice it's not that number to the power of 1, it's just the number 1. Okay? So, looking at this very first example, this is the quotient rule, which we learned earlier this week. When we're dividing the variables, what do you do with the exponent? Correct, you subtract. So we would take 4 minus 4. Oops, I'm thinking ahead here. 4 minus 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. But anything to the power of 0 is 1. Okay? This does not mean not 1x. And it's not x to the power of 1. Okay? It is not to be confused for 1x or x to the power of 1. It's just the number 1.
It's literally just 1.
Yes. But anything multiplied times the 1 is what? Itself. 1 times anything is itself. Okay? All right. So let's look at number 1. Notice the parentheses is around the whole fraction. So when you distribute the 0, when you multiply everything times 0, what are you going to get?
1.
0. So x to the 0, y to the 0, z to the 0.
If you multiply 0 by anything, it's 0.
Is the answer 1?
So anything to the power of 0 is just 1.
Wait. But technically I was right if you think about it. All of those were going to equal 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not x to the 1, not y to the 1, just 1. Okay?
It looks like the degrees Fahrenheit.
Not ready? Okay. It does look like degrees.
X degrees, Y degrees.
The rules by themselves are hard. You add all
All right. Number 2.
Oh my.
Only one of these has
A 0.
the 0. So we still have to group. We're going to group our x's. When we group our x's, what do?
5 minus 9.
5 minus 3, subtract, which is 2. And then the y to the power of 0 is 1. But x squared times 1 is just x squared. Anything times itself. Anything times 1 is itself.
Oh, so it's just X.
Mhm. Ready?
The 1.
I'm just not ready yet. Just 1 second.
1 times x squared is x squared. So it cancels out. And which is what we're going to do here.
Wait, I just did not get the last one. Oh, so it did. Okay, I got you. Wait, so you just took the 1 away?
Yeah.
Got you.
X times 1.
Wait, I couldn't because it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 10 times a to the power of 0. We know that a to the power of 0 is,
1. 10. It's just 10.
and anything 10 times 1 is
10.
10 itself. So you don't technically have to take this step. You can just cancel the a to the 0 out. Okay? Now, the only reason we don't cancel out, like here on number 1, is because 1 is the answer. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Oh.
We have the power rule where we're going to do what?
Multiply.
Multiply. So when we multiply, we get negative a to the power of
12.
b to the power of,
0.
and then c to the power of 20. b is to the power of 0, so we can just
1.
cancel out.
Oh.
Yeah.
You thought.
How did I do that so fast?
Yeah, that was just
It's simple multiplication.
I was 1.
If there are other parts to the answer, you can cancel it out. Bless you. But if an exponent of 0 is the only thing in the problem, you need to keep the 1. Ready? Number 5. This one is what rule?
That one's, what the heck is that?
Product rule. So, let's group. 3 is out by itself. Okay. The second group are my R's. So we have R, -5, R5. The product rule tells us that when we multiply the variables, what do you do to the exponent?
You subtract.
No, not subtract.
Multiply.
Thank you. You add them.
Oh.
But -5 plus 5 is 0.
So that means it's
Cancels out. You're left with
3.
just a 3.
Simple multiplication.
Number 6. Group.
Oh my
The first group is going to be,
-32.
okay, -32 over 4 is
9. I mean, -9. Oh, wait. I don't know.
not -9. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Let's group our x's. What do we do with our x's?
You add them.
They're divided, so the exponents subtract.
It's just X.
Okay.
No,
Yep.
X, yeah.
Now the y's.
0. It's just nothing.
4 minus 4 is
0.
0. So since there are other parts to our answer, we can just cancel it out. And then z, you
I
subtract
don't have enough room for Z.
15 minus. How big are you writing?
I'm
15.
writing very tiny.
I don't think
Just so you have look.
I would.
That's not right.
So you're left with -8 x z10.
-8 X Z 10. What are you yapping about over there?
You just sound like you're mobile.
All right, negative exponent rule. This one's a little tricky, okay? Negative exponent rule is very, very important when it comes to fractions, okay? But it makes it so much easier if you take care of the quotient rule first and then move your variable if you need to. Let me pull up my notes so I make sure I don't mess up. Here we go. So with the negative exponent rule, you cannot have a negative exponent in your final answer. I've allowed you to leave your exponents negative in the past, but now that we're going to learn the rule, you cannot have a negative exponent. Negative exponents can be rewritten as the inverse.
Inverse.
Yeah, inverse with positive exponents.
Positivo.
Okay? So, with fractions, you always want to take care of the quotient rule first. So, always subtract first.
Always.
Oh my goodness. My writing is subtract. So people watching this video are going to get a little entertainment at the same time.
Oh, this is a video?
Yes.
Oh no.
I told you guys.
I'm so sorry to whoever is listening to this.
All right, so here we go. Always take care of the quotient rule first. So the quotient rule tells us that whenever we divide our variables, you subtract the exponent. X, 3 minus 5. But 3 minus 5 is what? Okay. Now, the negative exponent rule tells us we cannot have a negative exponent. So what we must do is turn this into a fraction. To turn this into a fraction, you put that 1 under, okay? You turn it into a fraction. So that's my fraction bar right here. Okay. And then what you do is now you move it to the opposite side. So if it's negative in the bottom of the fraction, if it's a denominator, you move it to the numerator. If it's a numerator, move it to the denominator. And it'll turn into a positive exponent. So now we have x squared, and then fill in the top with a 1. Whenever you don't have anything, you put a 1.
Okay.
So what I did is I took this, hold on. I took this x squared here. I moved it to the bottom, right? When I move it to the bottom, it becomes positive once it crosses over. I have a tool that I can use.
Oh, that's
Okay, so I moved it to the bottom. But once I moved it to the bottom, notice there wasn't anything at the top. You have to have a numerator. So since you fill it in with a 1.
Oh, I got you now.
Okay. So number 7. We have 2 to the power of negative 4. We cannot have negative exponents. Focus.
So
This
you
is
have to
being
make
recorded.
So you have to make it the denominator.
Turn it into a fraction and move it to the denominator.
So 1 over 2.
We move it to the denominator. It becomes 2 to the exponent of positive 4. We have to have some type of numerator, so we fill it in with a
Uno.
1.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Why don't we say the same thing? So if it's negative, you can make it a positive. It has to be
Correct.
negative to be a fraction.
Yes.
Alright.
No, it just has to be a positive period. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which I think most of these will stay as fractions. What is 2 to the power of 4, though? Put that in your calculator. Remember, that's not 2 times 4.
It's 16. She's dumb.
It's actually 116.
2 to the power of 4 is 16, dummy.
Yep.
And then you make it 116. It's like 4.
All right. Number 8.
Different.
Number 8. We have a negative exponent right here. So we need to turn this into a fraction. Only x to the negative 3 has that negative exponent. So this is the only part that I'm going to move down. Okay? It's the only... X to the power of negative 3 is the only power that has a negative exponent. So that's the only part that I need to move down. Okay?
Okay, I got you.
All right.
So it's negative
So what I'm going to do...
Count as a 1.
So my 7 is going to stay at the top.
Okay, got
I wish I could do that.
And that is my answer. Only move whatever's negative. Okay?
Can the numerator be a negative?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that one, because it's not a negative exponent, it's a negative coefficient.
Okay, I got it.
What's that? We'll see an example. There's a backside. Not a lot, but there is a backside. All right, number 9. The only part of this whole expression that has a negative exponent is what? A to the power of negative 5. So this is the only part
That's gonna move down.
that's going to move down.
And everything else stays at the top.
Everything else stays at the top. Okay?
So 3b.
So when I create my new fraction, 3 stays at the top, a to the 5th moves down, b to the 4th stays. Got it?
I get it.
Okay, flip it over.
And it only switches to positive?
All right. Create your fraction. This one, we're going to have 2 different movements.
Oh,
C to the negative 5, where's that one going to move?
To the bottom.
To the bottom.
And G to the power of negative 2 goes to the top.
G to the power of negative 2 goes to the top, so it becomes G squared. Actually, I like to write these in alphabetical order, so D to the 4th stays G squared.
Wait. 3 to the 4. So like they just switched? Yes.
Yeah.
So G4
because it was
You don't have to switch, but they switch because they both had negative exponents. Okay.
and then C.
Ready?
Wait, do you have to switch them?
They don't have to switch, But because C had a negative, I moved it. Because G had a negative, I had to move that one too. But it's not always a flip-flop situation. Only the ones that have a negative. So say for example, if this was a positive 2, I wouldn't have switched it. I would have left it alone. Okay? All right. Number 11. This one's a mixture, so we're going to have to group this one, okay? The first group is?
2.
And 2/4 simplifies to what? 1/2. Okay? Then we go with the A's. With the A's, what are we subtracting?
3 minus 1.
And 3 minus 1 is?
2.
2.
Who said 0?
Okay? He's probably jumping ahead. With the B's, we're subtracting 2 minus 2, which is 0. We cancel that one out. Okay? Even though that -7 is negative, always, always, always subtract first. Because sometimes when you subtract, it ends up being positive and you don't have to move it. Okay? So always take care of the subtraction part first. So -7 minus 2 is what? -9.
So it's
Since it's still negative, then you want to move it.
So it's 1/2.
Okay? So that moves to the denominator. Create your fraction and start filling it in. First, we fill in the 1/2.
So it's a fraction
Okay.
and a fraction.
A squared is positive. Leave that at the top in the numerator. And then B got canceled out. C to the 9th ended up where?
The bottom.
In the denominator.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 1/2 gets separated.
Yeah.
I see.
All right.
What the freak, bro?
Ready?
So when the fractions there, you just leave them like where they were. Okay, gotcha.
All right. Number 12. We have parentheses, so the first thing you need to take care of is what?
Distribute.
All right. 90 mn stays the same. The 10 stays the same. The -3 only applies to what? The m and the n. So we got m to the -3, n to the -3. So distribute first. Now we can
90.
group.
90.
So 90 over 10 gives us what?
5.
9.
It's not.
Our group of m's, what are we going to subtract?
1 minus 3.
1 minus negative. 1 minus negative.
Okay, so let's pay attention here. What happens when you minus a negative?
Positive.
It turns into plus. So you end up with? So now, after you subtract, did you need to move it or whatever? No.
So that means it's in 4.
Yep. So that's why you always want to subtract first before trying to move the negatives across the fraction, okay? And then n, 1 minus -3. The minus negative changes to a plus,
4.
and it's n4. So technically, you didn't end up having to move anything across the fraction, meaning from numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator.
Oh, so there's no fraction? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have to put block on
Yes, you did not have to flip-flop anything. Number 13, ready?
Pretty easy. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. First thing we're going to do is we're going to group. So 44 over 11 is what?
4.
Okay. Now we go with the
Z.
x's.
Wait.
With the x's, what are we subtracting?
-5 minus -3.
Okay.
Plus, so you have to
So that becomes a +3,
-2.
-2. Since this one is still negative after
We're
subtracting,
gonna have to flip and flip.
flip-flop, yeah. You're going to have to flip the flop, flop the flip, okay? So that one's going to be in the bottom of a fraction. The next one is the y's. With the y's, what are we subtracting?
7 minus
2,
So what are we going to do? Flip-flop.
Flip, flop, flip.
Is it gonna be on the bottom?
Flip, flop.
Yeah. Always starts at the top, moves to the bottom. Unless it's already at the bottom. All right, Z. 2 minus what?
2 plus 5.
Negative 5. And minus and negative changes to a plus.
So it'd be Z7.
So do we need to flip-flop that one?
No.
No.
One's normal for once.
But because we do have some denominators here, your final answer will be a fraction.
Oh, dang it.
4 is a whole number. It stays positive, so it's going to stay at the top. Okay? X squared at the bottom.
Bottom.
Y squared,
At the bottom.
Z to the 7th
On the top.
at the top. It helps to subtract first.
Easy.
It was harder when I first started teaching because when I first started teaching, I was taught to teach to move the negatives first and then subtract. And you ended up having to flip-flop again.
No.
Flip-flop first, subtract, then flip-flop again.
No, I'm
no.
just not here.
Yeah. Anyway, number 14. Group. Let's go straight into grouping. What are we going to group with my coefficients?
Wait, can you group one on the other side?
Yeah, because they're multiplied.
Okay.
So what is 18 over 6?
Isn't it 18 times 6?
Isn't it 3?
If I
Mhm. But 18 is a numerator, 6 is a denominator.
So like the multiply.
Basically-
by 8 anything?
Basically, there you go.
Oh wait. Okay. That makes sense.
Because when you multiply across, 18 just moves to the front. Yeah. Okay, so 18 divided by 6 is 3. Then we group the
A's.
A's. So with the A's, what are we going to subtract? Negative 9
minus 2.
to give us,
11.
which means we were going to have to
Flip, flop.
flip the flop, right? Right, okay.
Flip, flip.
6 plus negative 6.
0.
Now, both of those B's are where?
At the bottom.
Yeah, so make sure you make a note of that. So I'm going to draw my fraction, put B
I did it.
6 and B negative 6 here.
So they don't change.
Not yet. Not yet. What rule do we apply here?
0. We have to add.
You have to add them. This is the product rule. The product rule tells us to add those. So when I add those, even though they're still at the bottom, 6 plus negative 6 is.
0.
So what ends up happening to be?
So it's
It
Cancels out.
Curious?
But we do need a fraction because a to the 11th needs to be at the bottom. So leave 3 at the top, a to the 11th at the bottom.
I made my fraction.
I made my fraction too.
Last one. Ready?
Wait.
No, wait.
I'm ready.
We have a 0 exponent on the outside of a parenthesis. So what's going to happen to all of this?
Cancel out.
It really will. All of this is going to turn into cancels out or a 1. Okay? But the bottom part of my fraction, I'm going to go ahead and write my 1 here. The bottom part of my fraction, we're multiplying by a negative 2, not by a 0. So that part you still have to work out. Okay?
So 4 negative 2.
4 to the power of negative 2.
Oh shoot.
X to the power of 0, which will cancel out. Y to the power of
Negative
8.
negative 8.
8.
Just 8, yes. And then Z to the power of,
Negative 2.
Dang it, I put
Okay.
negative 8.
So we cancel out Z. I mean,
Cancel
what's
out
his X?
cancel out the X.
Ah,
Group the what?
the 1 in the fold.
Okay.
The one in the hole. The hole.
Shush. I don't like you. Don't believe me.
You used to make fun of Alex and things last year.
No. That was just
What happens with 1 over 4 to the negative 2? What does that simplify to?
6 over 7.
Oh, right, right.
16. 16.
Oh, I got
Okay.
6. Just not
The Y is still going to stay in the denominator.
oh yeah.
That's the next group. And then the last group is my z to the negative 2. Because it is a negative 2, we have to what?
Flop the flip.
Something about the flip-flops.
Okay? But we still have a fraction, so create your fraction for your answer. 16 stays at the top. What do we do with y?
It goes at the bottom.
Bottom, and then z at the top. Once you flip-flop, then it becomes positive, okay?
It low-key